Hey everyone, Mr. Tanner here. We're going to be looking at the blue square section of Unit 3, Canada today. When you click on the navigation bar, it'll take you to the green circle section. So to get to the blue square section, you just scroll all the way to the bottom until you see click here to move to Unit 3 blue square. And then once we click there, um, we're on green or blue square. So let's take a look at the learning target for blue square. It says, I know how different groups of people arrived in Canada, some of the main cultural elements of Canada, and major historical events of Canada. So task number 1 is the first face of America Ed puzzle. It's a pretty long video. It's close to an hour long, and there's going to be questions you need to answer along the way. But it shows pretty conclusively how the first humans got into North America, and it kind of tracks some of the evidence that they've used to figure that out. So it's a really interesting video. It's really well done. So that's task 1, is that Ed puzzle. Remember, you need to watch those videos all the way till the end in order for them to be submitted and to get a score. So make sure you're watching those all the way to the end. Task number 2 is a reading about the Indigenous people of Canada. So some of the first native tribes that we'd see. So if you click the image on the right here, it's going to view a website that contains the necessary reading. So if we click this, it's going to redirect you to a page from the Canadian Encyclopedia that will have all the information that you need. And then when you click your assignment, it'll take you to the questions that you're going to need to answer. And I'll show you how to navigate both of those. So when you open your assignment, make sure you pay attention to each of the titles. So it says use the reading found here to help you answer all of the questions below. Use complete sentences for all of your answers. So what are the names of the 3 populations of the people that are indigenous and or / aboriginal to Canada? Well, if we look, it's right in the first sentence. In Canada, the term Indigenous people or Aboriginal peoples refers to the First Nations, the Métis, and the Inuit peoples. So there's our answer right there. And then it's going to start telling you which section things are in. So it says scroll down in the article to get to this section. Who are Indigenous peoples in Canada? So I'll go back to this article and I'll scroll down until I see that. Who are Indigenous peoples in Canada? And I know the answers to those questions are going to be in this specific section. Same thing for history. I'll scroll down until I find, oops, get off the map there, history. And then same thing for regional and cultural diversity. I'll scroll until I see the regional and cultural diversity. There is a ton of information on this page, and it would be way overwhelming to read the entire thing. You don't need to read the entire article. Just make sure you're reading the sections that allow you to answer the questions on this document. So that's task number 2. Task number 3 is called the Cultural Mosaic of Canada, and it allows you to learn about some of the first immigrants to Canada. So not the native peoples now, but the first immigrants from mostly Europe and Asia. And you're going to look at how Canada integrated those new cultures into their country, and then you'll compare that to how the United States integrated new cultures into their country, something we often call the melting pot method. So when you do this one, and you open up the assignment, notice in the instructions it says this video is very helpful. Watch that video in the instructions. It will help you with the assignment. But there is a reading first, not even a full page. So this one you do need to read all of it. And then based on that reading, there's a series of questions. It asks, and this is a data table of information. So it'll tell you that the British Isles, there's 40% of the people from there. And then there's a few questions that you need to answer here. And the last one is the one I'm most interested in. So make sure you give a really thoughtful answer here. It's going to ask you, what do you think is better, the cultural mosaic method of Canada or the melting pot method of the United States? It says no, there's no wrong answer. Just provide reasoning for whatever your opinion is. So that's the cultural mosaic of Canada, and it'll let you kind of compare the culture of Canada to that of the United States. Task 4 is some notes. You'll need to write these down in your social studies notebook. I made a video of myself going through the timeline. It's nice to watch that first and kind of watch it all the way through to hear everything. And then if you need to slow it down to actually fill in your notebook, here's the template you'll need to fill in all the information. The slideshow is also embedded in my website. So you can actually just navigate through the whole slideshow of the timeline of Canada that I use the notes for through here. So you can go through that in the website as well to help you fill in this note template. Make sure you take a picture of those notes because you'll need to upload them later. Task number 5 is where you will upload those notes. So again, if you open the assignment for your class period, I'm doing the same thing that I did for uh, green circle. I've made a slide that'll tell you exactly what you need to upload. And you notice this time it's only the History of Canada timeline notes. I have 2 pages here because you're likely going to need 2 pages to get all of your notes done. If you need 3 pictures, put in 3 pictures. If somehow you can get it all in 1 picture and it's still readable, then 1 picture is fine too. This is just a general idea. So after task 5 is turned in and completed, you will take the level up quiz. Once you get a 100% score on your level up quiz, you are done with Blue Square. And everything for Blue Square should be done by October 14th, which is Wednesday, October 14th. Thanks. Hope this is helpful.